and welcome into the studios of 70 North Ave or here on the YouTube stream through O'Shea Productions. You're tuned into WWPT 90.3 FM for this Monday afternoon FCAC matchup between the Staples Wreckers and the Brien McMahon Senators. Gottlieb bringing you the broadcast today. The Wreckers are 3-1 coming off of a two straight wins. And McMahon has struggled, 1-5 on the season. The first pitch from Oppenheimer is flied out to left center, and it is dropped. It is dropped. Center fielder Alan Vasquez has a deep, high fly ball for the McMahon Senators, and out there in left field, Cooper Brundage, the senior captain, unable to bring it in. A rare fielding miscue from Brundage, and he has his glove over his face, and you can tell he is not too pleased with that error, uncharacteristic error from the left fielder.
Yeah, it's a windy one here today, Wes. We saw Principal Thomas throwing out the first pitch, able to get it over the plate, which is always a good sign.
Now in, Cam Rice, their pitcher. He hits one just foul, left field, left side.
Not a lot of people here today, but it's weather, wind. I'm sure more will start to trickle in here. It is a 4:30 start on a Monday.
Hopefully it means more people on the stream. 0-1 now here to Rice. Vasquez was lead off second. And a ball in there. 1-1. So Vasquez reaches second there on what would definitely be ruled an error. So not a double, but a runner in scoring position with none away to start for Oppenheimer. Set to deliver the 1-1. And he gives him a look back there at second, no throw.
Yeah, Cicero covering there. He was the one with the big hit in the win walk-off fashion.
He's just been on fire, hasn't he?
Saturday against Glastonbury, 3-2.
The 1-1 again. In there, right there, as Rice watches one, bring the count to 1-2. Pitcher hitting second here is very, very rare at the varsity level. Clearly, Cam Rice is one of their best players. We'll see what he can do on the mound. Oppie getting the start after Kukier got the last one and Nee the start before that. High on the 1-2.
Yeah, Wreckers also no DH for them. Oppie's in the 4-hole today, so looking to do damage both the ways for Staples.
Vasquez will lead off a second. The 2-2 to Rice. And he fouls that one back. Staying alive there.
Yeah, Rice just got behind on that one, able to keep his at-bat going.
Your Wreckers defense is Brill at first, Cicero at second, Oppie at short, and Sade rounding out the infield there at third. Obviously, Goldshore behind the plate. The 2-2 yet again. High fly ball, same spot. Ball's going to find Cooper. He camps under it, and he's able to make that catch. So the first two balls of the game that are in play go to Cooper Brundage, and he's able to make the second one. We got one out here in the top of the first. Vasquez off second, coming up. Their three-hitter, number 7, their shortstop, Sam Castro.
Yeah, although that was the second out, it going right back to Brundage after the error, it's huge to see him being able to make the play. Gives the confidence for your fielding.
First pitch to Castro. In there for a strike. Oppie goes to his off-speed stuff. The 0-1. And he jams him. High fly ball. Popped into the infield. Cicero camps under it, and he'll bring that one in for the second out. 2 away here after the leadoff error. Wreckers 1 out away from getting through the meat of this order and sending it to their bats. The 4-hitter, left fielder, Matt Vale, will step in now here, looking to drive in that runner. It would be a shame for McMahon to waste this first inning opportunity.
Yeah, definitely first pitch, the fly out, Brundage couldn't capitalize, couldn't make the play. Now you have a runner in scoring position, and it's important to capitalize early if you want to stay and win
the 0-0, swing and a miss there. Oppie beats him. Yeah, you got to think that Coach Bucket of McMahon is not happy that they're unable to get the run over to third with no outs here. The 0-1. Swung and miss on a high fastball. And Oppie's got him where he wants him, looking to close out at the top of the first. Gets his sign from Gold Shore. Check on the runner, and he will turn around and make the throw, but no slide needed there for Vasquez.
Yeah, Vasquez was right back at second once Oppie stepped off. Oppie didn't need to make the throw. He looked back, runner back in second. Now let's see what happens here.
The 0-2. Up high. He misses there, sending the count to 1-2. Out in the outfield, as we know, Brundage left. In center today is Wyatt Landgraf. And in right, Vinny Vega. And strikes him out there. Oppie goes back to the fastball to get Castro, or to get Valley, and sends the record bats up for the bottom of the first. No score.
See what the Wreckers could do today. A lot of close games. McMahon has played 9-8 against Darien, 1-0 against Milford, and 4-2 against Xavier. They lost all those games, but their pitching has improved. They've given up, after giving up a combined 24 runs in their first 2 games, they're starting to get a groove. So let's see if it'll be tough or not for the Wreckers to put up runs in this one.
Yeah, the Wreckers bats have not been where they need to be so far this season, and yet they're still 3-1. They've been getting excellent starting pitching from Kaini, Oppie, and Ben Kukier, and all of this is happening while one of their top starters in Mason Tobias started the season with an unspecified arm injury, so he's working through that, and McFarland and the team hope to get him back soon. But 3-1 on the backs of incredible starting pitching. In their 3 wins, their starting pitching has only given up 4 runs. So, that's an easy recipe for success. But to sustain this and to make the run that this team is capable of and wants to make, they're going to need to wake up the bats. Obviously, cold weather in the beginning of the season, bats always heat up as it gets warmer. But at the top of the order, who's leading off here, the second baseman, junior Drew Cicero. He has had no trouble early on this season, batting .416 early. He had the walk-off sac fly in their win over Glastonbury the other day, and he will lead things off here against Cam Rice.
Yeah, Cicero also had 2 hits in that game as well, so looking to have another multi-hit performance today.
Yeah, and he got some solid play time last year as a sophomore, so surprising to no one that he is getting good starts early in the season, and he is producing. Second baseman now, but when it's his turn, when it's his class next year, he will shift over into the shortstop spot that right now is being held by Oppenheimer, and when he's not pitching, by Kukier.
It's feeling like you have to hold on to your paper is getting wind just blowing right at us.
Very windy. Cicero steps in. Rice delivers. First pitch low. Goes to the off speed to start him off. Misses low for a ball.
Yeah, Rice has a slow delivery and then a big leg kick at the end.
Comes back with a fastball and beats Jules. Runs the count to 1-1. The 1-1. And fouled back towards the school. 1-2.
It's all haven't been to any games so far this season. Second game of the season at home, so there's always gonna be a lot of foul balls that are gonna come close to the cars. Always don't want to see them get hit.
And Cicero reaches and just gets one off the end of the bat to the left, but it is brought in by Valle. Cicero with a good defensive swing there with 2 strikes on him, trying to put the ball in play. He does, and the shallow left fielder is able to make that catch. And the bigs would have probably dived in for a base hit.
Or maybe if he was using a torpedo bat, maybe that would be a home run. We don't know.
Now up, Landgraf, the center fielder. The sophomore center fielder, Cole Landgraf, has been a pleasant surprise for the Wreckers. He made the varsity roster last year as a freshman, and early this season, he has been getting a lot of time out there in center. Looks like McFarland's going to be using him as his everyday starting center fielder. He rips one past the first baseman, but foul. The 1-1 to Landgraf. Swings, tips that ball foul, 1-2.
1-2, you're in protecting mode if you're Landgraf. And any pitch that looks close to strike, you're swinging on this one.
And a swing and a miss as he's early on the 1-2 off-speed pitch from Rice. And he sets it down for his first strikeout of the game. 2 outs here early for the Wreckers as Jake Goldshore, the senior captain catcher, steps in. He's off to a tremendous start, just absolutely tearing the cover off the ball, and he is the reason that the Wreckers have been able to scratch across those runs and those wins so far as he takes a first off-speed offering for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 from Rice to Goldshore. And he's way early on that off-speed pitch. Great pitch there by Rice. Sends it to 0-2.
Yeah, Rice is just throwing the change off speed. Wreckers need to recognize this and start to wait a little bit on their swings because they're swinging a little too early.
The 0-2 to Goldshore. And he hits a ground ball out towards second. There to handle it is Inzatari. And the Wreckers go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first. No score after 1. As Oppie and the Wrecker defense will take the field looking to put up another 0.
See Staples warming up. I will say West, a lot colder than Saturday, in the 80s today, in the 50s. It's April, a little disappointing, April 20th, and we're in the 50s. Would like to see some more warmer weather.
Super disappointing. The weather has, aside from a few days last week, which I wasn't even around to enjoy, the weather has not been spring-like and not been fun to play baseball, especially those afternoon night games. MLB players are wearing shiesties and hoodies almost every game if you're playing in the East Coast. So hopefully the weather warms up, and with that, the bats.
Yeah, expecting a little rain tomorrow, and then this weekend it should hopefully warm up. But the next 2 games are going to be very cold ones for the Wreckers.
Leading off things here for the Senators will be their catcher, Bryson Bickerton. An old travel ball teammate of mine. We'll see what Bryson does to start things off here in the top of the second.
Quick little visit to the mound before this inning gets started.
And the Rutgers defense returns to their position to get the second frame underway. Oppenheimer takes his sign. Gets set. And delivers the 0-0, a fastball in there for a strike to Bryson Bickerton.
Always love to see a first pitch strike. It's always a good sign if you're a pitcher.
The 0-1, and tapped over Oppie's head out to short. Kukier to make a play on the run, and a great play Ben Kukier, who went a magnificent 5 2/3 in his start last game out. Now at shortstop, making beautiful plays, and Kukier's stellar start to the season continues.
Yeah, Kooks did it pitching the other day. Now he's doing it to the field, and we'll see. Maybe he'll get up in the next inning.
First pitch in there to Diamonitis, their third baseman, Nico Diamonitis, is a strike. The 0-1. In there, same spot, middle for a strike, and quickly Diamonitis is in a hole. The 0-2. And he'll miss high and inside as the third baseman bends out of the way. One away here, and the 1-2. And he punches him out. A late call there from the umpire. Paints the bottom of the zone at the knees with a fastball and punches him out. Beautiful pitching there by Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it was the right call. It was in the strike zone. It's a second strikeout of the game for Oppie, and it's early in the game, so let's see if he could go for 10 maybe today. That would be nice.
That would be nice. And the first pitch here to Thornley. He'll be late on that high fastball, 0-1. The 0-1. Misses outside. 1-1 here to Thornley, second baseman for the Senators.
Yeah, another lefty in this lineup for McMahon. Seen 2 or 3 at least already.
The 1-1. And he'll miss on a good spot there from Oppenheimer, 2-1. Two and delivers, and he'll miss again. 3-1. So the first bad count of the day for Oppenheimer. He's been cruising his way through and avoided a bad inning that could have been the first with the way it started. But he's had no trouble at all with this lineup until now. The 3-1. And he'll pour it in there for a strike, moving the count full here for Thornley.
Yeah, no green light there. I always feel if you're up 3-0, 3-1, hitters count, you should swing on it no matter what.
He'll punch him out there as he goes to the off-speed. Oppenheimer with his second K of the inning, third of the game, and he punches out Thornley, looking a beautiful second frame for the senior captain.
Thornley was walking towards first base. He thought that was a ball, but that just clipped the zone. Now let's see what the Wreckers could do as lineup flips back over after they went down 1-2-3. You got Oppie coming in to hit. We just saw him pitched. So we talked about Rice being a pitcher and a hitter. Oppie can do that as well. Then we got Brundage and Vega.
Oppenheimer and Brundage have not had the starts to the season that they want to with the bats, and they'll look to start things off here in the second. Heat up their bats and get the season going, put some runs on the board for Oppie. Nothing better than a chance to start an inning when you're on the mound and get yourself some run support, be your own run support. So we'll see what Oppie does to get on here as the McMahon infield will meet before Rice gets the ball for the bottom of the second here. 0-0, still the score. You're listening on WWPT 90.3 FM.
Yeah, and if you're Oppie, you have to have a lot of confidence going into your first at-bat. You just had 2 strikeouts in that last inning. Mindset now shifts into hitting mode, and maybe you could give that confidence of those strikeouts and say, hey, maybe let's get a good bat and let's keep this hot streak going.
First offering to Oppenheimer, and that will miss low there with the off-speed pitch. 1-0. Bickerton having trouble throwing the ball back to the pitcher now, as Inzatari will grab it for Rice. The 1-0. Misses low there with the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes to the starting pitcher here. And Rice misses low here. He's not happy. That looked like a similar spot to where Oppie got his 2 punch outs. A low fastball. This one called a ball. And then the 3-0. That one will find the zone for a 3-1 count. But you could tell Rice not happy with that call.
Yeah, that's something your catcher, who's probably going to have a conversation when he's up next, making sure he gets those same calls when he's at bat.
3-1 misses low, so Oppie draws a leadoff walk, looking to start something for the Rutgers offense. Left fielder Cooper Brundage will come in and try to do some damage. Only 1 hit so far on the season for Brundage, but you know he's capable of a lot more than that. He had an incredible season last year. He is a great high school baseball hitter, and he'll be looking to do some damage here. He will be hitting and fielding at Brandeis next year, so a good ball player, just looking to get, warm up and get the season started.
Yeah, incredible hitter, slow start like you mentioned, 1 hit. And certainly at any given point, he's going to start hitting. As we see another throwback to first base.
Yeah, 2 checks on Oppie early. He'll dive back in, but nothing close there. And now set to deliver. The 0-0 from the slide step. He'll miss high. Oppie grabs his lead. The 1-0. Misses low to Brundage. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Rice didn't look happy on that second one, even though it was low. It was another similar pitch to what the record's been getting called for strikeouts when McMahon was batting.
The 2-0 finds the zone. 2-1 to Brundage. Shows bunt. Unable to make contact, so that will be a called strike. Third baseman was coming charging in there.
Yeah, 2 strikes, so the third baseman could move past into the dirt.
The 2-2. Oppie's running. And he'll steal that bag safely as the count runs full to Brundage. Nice base running there by Oppenheimer to get himself into scoring position. And now in the 3-2, he'll be running again likely as Cooper looks to put the ball in play and bring him around. Oppie takes his lead. Rice gets his sign. Shakes him off. Now he agrees. Gives him a look. And from the slide step, misses ball 4. So Cooper will take his base, and the Wreckers have something brewing here in the bottom of the second. First and second for the right fielder and junior Vinny Vega, who's had a great start to the season. He's walking a lot, and when he's not walking, he's hitting. He's going to be a fixture in this lineup this year and next year, and great start for Vega.
Yeah, infield coming in for Vega here with no outs and runners in second and first. Maybe McMahon thinking a bunt here, take the out, get the runners moving into scoring position.
No bunt shown by Vega as the first pitch misses high. High fastball there by Rice. Gets a sign, checks on Oppenheimer. Misses. Bryson unable to grab that ball, and both base runners will advance easily. So a pass ball for Bryson Bickerton behind the plate for McMahon, and now the Wreckers have 2 runners in scoring position. A inexcusable error for the catcher there. That ball was in and out of his glove.
Yeah, your staples, you're in perfect position now. Runners both in scoring positions, no outs. This is where you have to capitalize.
The 2-0, Vega up the middle. Great play by their shortstop. Throws him out, but a run will score. So good team hitting by Vinny Vega as Brundage moves up to third. Oppenheimer comes home for the first run of the game. And Vinny Vega picks up another RBI. Castro with a great play there at short, ranging to his right. Making the right play. There's nothing much you can do there on a hard ground ball up the middle, second and third.
Yeah, and that's what you want. Although it's not a hit, it's the next possible best thing that could happen, getting in the run.
First pitch there to first baseman Connor Brill misses, 1-0. 1 out here. Brill will look to put the ball in the air for a sac fly or get a base hit to drive Brundage home. Wreckers with the early 1-0 lead. The 1-0 offering, fouled back. And Rice will make another pitch here. Fly ball, left center, in comes the left fielder there. Makes the grab, Cooper's tagging, he'll fire it, and he'll bluff that tag. Great throw there by Volley, and too shallow of a fly ball to get Brundage in. So Brill tried to do the job, just came up a little short there. Cooper thought about it, but made the smart call and hesitating, as that was a strong throw in there by the left fielder.
Yeah, strong throw, a little too shallow. Cooper's a great runner, but there's a great chance of being so short he could get thrown out if he went.
Now up, the third baseman, Noah Sade. First pitch to Sade, off speed in there for a strike. Sade has had some solid innings on the mound this season, still looking for his first hit. The 0-1. Misses low. Good block there by Bryson Bickerton. One on, two away, the 1-1. In there for a strike on the bottom of the zone. Sade doesn't love it, but a solid pitch there by Rice. 1-2, two away, and Cam Rice is in a great spot to put a bandage on, stop the bleeding, and avoid this becoming a big inning. Miss low there, run the count to 2-2. Bickerton unable to grab that ball. McMahon faithful liked that pitch, and it was a solid spot there.
Yeah, it was a good spot. Maybe it's just can't hold on to the ball. No call there.
The 2-2, misses low, and the count runs full for Sade.
Yeah, Rice really working here. A lot of pitches thrown this inning.
The payoff pitch, and he'll walk him. Low again there for Rice. First and third now for the Wreckers as Sade draws a walk. Into the nine hole now. Kukier, the shortstop, made a beautiful play in the top of the frame. Will now come up and look to do some damage. As I mentioned, he had a great start on the bump last game out. 2 for 4 this season, so not a lot of at-bats due to his pitching. Looking to drive in a run here with 2 away and runners on the corners. First pitch, high fly ball, right field. Camping under it is Rich, and he grabs it to end the inning there. So that would have been perfect if there was 1 out with 2 outs there. It ends the inning, and McMahon and Cam Rice worked out of what could have been a disastrous inning with the first 2 runners on. The Wreckers grab 1, however, 1-0 as we head into the top of the third.
Yeah, that was a massive out there for Rice. If Kukier was able to get on, top of the order would have been up with runners in great position. Yeah, more people starting to pour in here. Early start, gets later. Work starting to get off early from work, and you have a good game here.
Eight, 9, 10 due up for the Senators here. That'll be Kyle Inzatari, Justin Rich, and then the lineup will turn over back for Alan Vasquez. Inzatari steps in. First pitch here of the third inning is drilled right. Sade lays out, but he's unable to grab it. That will go into the outfield. Cooper picks it up. Inzatari rounds first. He'll head to second. He'll turn around, change his mind as Cooper's able to get that ball back in. Good effort there by Sade as Inzatari smacks one right inside the foul line for a lead-up single.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there right off the base for a base hit. Maybe he could have pushed it and went for second, but he chose to play it safe and pick up the signal and keep the runners on.
Right fielder Justin Rich in now. Shows bunt, pulls back, and
he's out.
They call him safe there. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he's out by a mile.
He thought about stealing, turned around in Zatari. Jake shot to first. Brill makes the tag, and he was out from our angle, but umpire calls him safe. Connor can't believe it.
Yeah, Brill had him right on his helmet before he dived in, and he delayed for a second, and then he got on there. So he was out by a second, but the ump didn't call it that way. He's safe. First missed call so far in this game.
Oppie will step off and give a look here to Inzatari. Clearly was thinking about running on the previous pitch. And when you start going like that, you got to go. You can't change your mind that late. He's lucky to be called safe there. And a bunt laid now here on the 1-0. Oppie will field it and throw Justin Rich out, but not before he moves Inzatari over into scoring position. So a good sack bunt there by the 9-hitter. And the lineup will flip over for Vasquez with 1 away and 1 in scoring position. 1-0 remains the score here from Staples Field.
Yeah, Vasquez was the one who hit it hard on the first pitch, and Brundage dropped it in left field. Don't know if the wind caught it or it's just a very hard hit ball, but he reached on second here, but he hit the ball hard in his first at-bat. Let's see what he can do here.
Looking to tie it up. Oppie comes set, gives a look to Inzatari, gives him another look, and delivers. First pitch misses low, ball 1. The 1-0. Up high with the fastball. 2-0. Vasquez looking to do damage. Oppie turns around and throws on that pickoff move. Unable to get him. No slide back in for Inzatari. But good job controlling the run game there for Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Inzatari very aggressive so far on the bases. Maybe, let's see if he goes for third here.
The 2-0. And Vasquez is late on that fastball. 2-1. Good pitch to make down in the count. 2-0 for Oppenheimer. 1 on, 1 away here for the Senators, looking to tie this thing up. The 2-1 offering. And it's in there for a strike. Vasquez thought it was outside, but Blue disagrees, and that's all that matters. 2-2 here.
Yeah, I probably agree with Vasquez here on that one, but 2-2. Let's see what happens.
Oppie will bluff a pickoff move and turn around, walking Inzatari back.
Inzatari is really getting Oppie's attention here, but he needs to concentrate here and lock in on this batter.
Fouled back, and Vasquez will see another pitch. Kukier doing a good job holding Inzatari on there at second. Andrew gets his sign. Comes set. And the 2-2. Fly ball, left field. Bending foul. And Cooper grabs it as it's dying into the fence. A great play by Cooper Brundage, making his way to foul territory for the second out. I thought that ball was going to drop. Foul, it did not. Cooper with his two chances since the first ball, and he's made both of them there. So we have 2 away here. 1 still on for the Senators in scoring position. And up the pitcher, Cam Rice, looking to tie the game up for himself.
Yeah, 1-0 a base hit sure would do that.
First pitch to Cam Smith, and he buckles him in there for a strike, going 1. The 0-1 offering. And tap down to short. Kukier to field it. Make a running play again. This time, no good. Connor makes a great pick on the dirt, and they call him safe. Yet again, the Wreckers are in disbelief, and that's 2 in the same inning for Connor Brill. He thinks he's been robbed of 2 outs. That one, hard to say. I thought he was out.
I think he was out too, but give it up to Rice. He was definitely hustling it down the line there, and that's the reason why it was close.
Tough play there by Kukier, though. Moving over to his right again, and then having to throw on the run. Unable to get it, but a great play. Great try there by 24. Now runners on the corners for McMahon. Still 2 away. Shortstop Castro's up. He'll see a ball.
Yeah, in the first inning, Castro popped it up to second, where Cicero was able to make the play.
Leads off of first and third, rather. And Oppie misses again. 2-0. Two on, 2 balls, 2 outs here. And he'll look over to first as Rice dives back in. The 2-0. And that will be fouled into the parking lot on the right side. Probably missed the cars in the middle there.
Yeah, that was close, that one, but that went far foul.
Late on that ball, but he got some good bat on it.
I don't know what the line is. Maybe 5.5 we're saying for cars hit this season. But
I'd say that's not a terrible line. The 2-1 offering from Oppie misses high, 3-1. Great count here for Sam Castro as he looks to drive in the tying run at third. Rice takes the lead off second, dives back as Oppie checks on him. Cooper playing deep out and left. Everyone else standing position. Cicero on the lip. And that will be a strike. He thought he had it as he heads to first. But Castro will have to see another pitch as Oppie will get the call on the high strike, and the count runs full. So the carousel will be in motion here. Rice will be running from third. Inzatari running from third, Rice from first. And a high fly ball, right center. Incoming Landgraf, but Cicero will take it. And a lot of players converging on that ball. Cicero makes the grab. McFarland not happy with the lack of communication as Vinny Vega reached for it too. There were 3, almost 4 Wreckers in the vicinity of that ball. Cicero makes the play, however, and ends the inning. But McFarland will talk to Cicero and Vega before they get back into the inning here as we head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 still the score as the Wreckers hold an early lead over their FCIAC rivals, the Brien McMahon Senators. You know, McMahon 1-5, Staples 3-1. Staples has had a couple rainouts. Weather's obviously not been favorable this spring, as we've talked about. But this is an expected win for the Wreckers. And, no one out there took the Senators. Just, no other way to put it. But early so far, the game looks pretty even. And only 1 run separates these 2 teams here.
Yeah, and as for the officiating in this, both teams got some generous calls. Definitely McMahon got it in the field, whereas the Wreckers got it when it comes to pitching.
I agree. Oppie got those 2 low strikes where it didn't seem like Rice was able to get those calls, but then those 2 plays at first shifts it. So, when they make those umpire scorecards in baseball, and it shows you how much their calls helped a team. Right now, the bad calls seem to have evened out a little bit.
Yeah, with this game being a Monday, starting at 4:30, we have practices on both sides. See the girls lacrosse team and the boys rugby team. The rugby team has a big game, looking to get their first win of the season, and a big one on Friday. So hopefully they get that done. So we see Cicero stepping into the plate.
Yeah, it will be the leadoff hitter here, 1, 2, 3, leading off the bottom of the third for the Wreckers. Cicero, who hit a soft liner to the left fielder for his first out, looking to get on base here. And Cicero steps in. Rice gets his sign from Bickerton and delivers. First pitch fouled back towards the school. 0-1.
Yeah, it looks like that one just bounced off the wall lightly.
The 0-1 from Rice. Taken low. 1-1. The 1-1. Bounces that one, a 57-footer on the breaking ball from Rice, and the count runs to 2-1. Third baseman playing shallow against Cicero, weary of the bunt. And the 2-1, he gets under that one towards center. And Castro, the shortstop, comes over to make the grab on the right side of second base. 1 up, 1 down here for the Wreckers as a pop fly takes care of Cicero. Now up, Cole Landgraf, the sophomore center fielder.
Yeah, Landgraf struck out in the first inning. Only strikeout so far for Rice. Let's see if he can get another one here.
First pitch to Landgraf, bounces that one. 1-0. The 1-0 to Landgraf, and he hits a missile to right, but right at Rich. So he tags that ball, but not even a step for Justin Rich, as Landgraf will make a walk back to the dugout, but he's happy with the way he connected with that ball.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting. Rich just at the right place at the right time. And that's what gets the Wreckers their second out of the inning.
Yeah, quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Goldshore will step in for the Wreckers. First pitch from Rice coming, and Goldshore strokes that one foul just outside the third base bag. The 0-1 to Goldshore, and he'll take that breaking ball in for a strike, 0-2. Buckle Jake there, and he knows that was a strike. Really, really nice pitch from Cam Rice. He shakes off Bickerton, shakes him off again, and finally they come to agreement. 2 outs and 0-2 here to Goldshore as he looks to end this third inning. Rice delivers and will miss low with the off-speed pitch, 1-2. The 1-2. And he lines that one into left center, and that will fall. He turns first, looking for extra bases. Goldshore heading to second, and he will be in there with a stand-up double. Great piece of hitting there by Goldshore, who continues his hot start. And with 2 away, the Wreckers will have a runner in scoring position for their pitcher, Andrew Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting by Goldshore. It got it right into the gap. Able to turn 2 on that play. Went to the fence. Now let's see what Oppie can do if he could drive himself another run into the game.
First pitch to Oppenheimer. He'll go on the check swing. They'll say he didn't go. I thought he went. So it will be 1-0 to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it did look like he went there, but looks like they're going to call it a ball there.
Goldshore with a small lead up to second. He's not going anywhere. The 1-0 from Rice. And he'll miss again. 2 balls, no strikes here. Runner in scoring position, a 1-0 lead for the Wreckers as Andrew looks to add himself another run of protection before he heads in to grab the bump for the 4th inning. The 2-0 in there for a strike. Oh, they're going to say he missed with a fastball. Umpire squeezing Cam Rice here.
Yeah.
3-0. Taken all the way is Oppenheimer, and that one finds the zone. 3-1. And he tags that one to the left. Goldshore rounds third, and he will score easily a RBI single for Oppenheimer, and he grabs the second run of the game for the Wreckers. Helping himself out on the mound and in the batter's box, Andrew with a hard line drive into left field. Bobbled there by Vale. Goldshore, not the best speed on the bases, but he's able to score from second there.
Yeah, another base hit, but I would say really all four hits, all four batters this inning got some hard contact.
Cicero was a little under his.
Yeah, but definitely some good contact, even though there was a couple outs. But most important, you extended the lead.
First pitch to Brundage, and he's way under that one, heading towards the third base foul line, and third baseman's unable to bring that ball in. That's Diamondis, who's not able to win against the wind on that high pop-up, and so Cooper has another life. Great two-out hitting here by the Wreckers. First two batters of the inning go out, and Goldshore and Oppenheimer come up clutch. A double, a single, and a run on the board. 2-0 here for the Wreckers.
Yeah, on that last one, Diamondis went the wrong direction, went to short when the ball, maybe the wind impacted that a little, hooked a little foul.
Looks to Oppenheimer, but he'll stand up, walking back. No balls, one strike here, 2 away in the bottom of the third. Wreckers put one across, looking for a second. Cooper drills that one, and unable to make a play, the second baseman. Oppenheimer will head to second, so station to station there, but a hard ground ball single for Brundage. And Vinny Vega will be up in a big spot for the Wreckers. 3 straight 2-out hits, and Cam Rice does not know it hit him.
Yeah, Vega was the one who drove in the first run with that fielder's choice hard hit in the middle of the infield. So looking to drive in another one now with a 2-0 lead.
First pitch by Vega, fouled back off the school. 0-1. Oppenheimer will have a lead off a second. Brundage off a first. And if a run comes across, Rice is going to be very angry that Diamondis was not able to grab that high pop out from Cooper. That could have been the third out of this inning. Second pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Vega.
Yeah, and that was a tough play, though.
It was.
So
It was.
maybe the left fielder could have ran in a little bit on that, but it was in a place where it was going to be hard for either one of them to make the play.
2 on, 2 away. The 1-1, and fouled back by Vega. Just a little late on that high fastball. Connor Brill waiting on deck if it gets to him. Two strikes, 2 out, 2 on here for the Wreckers. Rice delivers, Oppie's running, and that one will be fouled over the first base side into the parking lot and miss the cars yet again.
Wind blowing here. I don't think we dropped any. All right, paper picked up. It's a good thing, I will say, I parked my car, my parking spot, came early, but just decided that's probably the best move with all these foul balls.
Smarter. I'm a little too close for comfort, but we'll see what happens as Rice misses on his second 1-2 offering. Count is even at 2-2. Brundage off a first, Oppenheimer off a second. Inzatari holding Oppie on, but he backs off. The 2-2. And he misses. Runs the count full on a fastball that must have just missed there from Cam Rice.
Yeah, that was another close one on the left batter's box center. And play it.
Steps off and looks Oppie back to second. Now Rice with a payoff pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Does not want to walk Vega here. And 3-2. High fly ball towards the right side. Incoming Rich, and he will grab it for the third out. Justin Rich runs a long way on that Vega fly ball in foul territory to grab it for the third out and stops the bleeding here. Wrecker's able to push a 1 aboard on the Oppenheimer RBI single, bringing their lead to 2-0 here after 3. The Wreckers defense taking the field now, and Oppenheimer will look to put up another 0 and maintain this 2-run lead after giving himself some more help offensively.
Yeah, if you're Oppenheimer, you kind of want to bounce back in, and a couple runners were able to get on base in the third inning. You didn't have any strikeouts. You would like to go a quick 1-2-3. Maybe not a lot of pitches because he did throw a good amount in that third inning.
Well done. Cleanup hitter Matthew Valle here to lead things off in the top of the 4th for the Senators. 4, 5, 6 due up, looking to start some offense here. They've had some base runners, but Oppie's been able to strand them all thus far. With the heart of the order, bottom half of the heart of the order still, but the heart of the order coming up. McMahon will look to do something here. And to start the 4th here, Oppenheimer delivers. Valle rips that ball right side. Vega will let it drop in front of him for a base hit. 1 pitch, 1 hit, 1 on here for the Senators, as Bickerton, the catcher, will come up to the plate looking to do some damage. Crowd filling up here.
Yeah. Bickerton's first at-bat, grounded out to the shortstop. Let's see if he could respond, same as Volley, who, in his first at-bat, he struck out, and then he just ripped that single.
Oppenheimer delivers. Bickerton shows bunt. He'll miss the bunt. And Goldshore had Valle tied up at first, unable to get the ball to Brill. The ball will go in the outfield. Luckily, base runner goes nowhere as Vega is backing up. But that was a bunt steal, and Bryson, unable to lay it down, caught his base runner in an awkward position. Luckily for McMahon, he was able to get back. 1 on, 0-1 now. Bryson shows bunt again, but he'll pull this one back, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1 on here for the Senators as Valle takes his lead off of first. Brill holding him on. Bryson shows bunt again, pulls back again as Appia misses low with that pitch. 2-1.
Yeah, after 3 straight initial bunts, now you see Sade moving into the grass.
Two 2-1 now for Bickerton. Oppenheimer delivers. And that bunt will land. Jake doesn't wait for it to go foul, and he'll throw him out as Brill goes into foul territory. A great play by Connor Brill and Jake to get that bunt and make it an out. Soft bunt. Thought it probably would have rolled foul if he let it go, but smart by Jake to grab it and throw out the runner for the first out here. Bickerton, however, moves Valle over, gets his job done on the sack bunt. Second time that McMahon has pulled off that small ball move this game. Didn't capitalize the first time. Now with 1 away and a runner in scoring position, they'll look to. First pitch in there to Diamondis. Called a strike. Valle takes his lead off a second. Cicero's checking on him. Oppenheimer will give him a look, gives him a second look, and delivers. Foul ball into the parking lot and into the grass as it avoids all cars.
Yeah, that one sailed just over our heads and carried all the way down past the parking lot.
Oppenheimer in a good spot now with 2 strikes, no balls on Dymidus. Volley off a second. The 0-2. Misses outside as Jake dives to grab that ball and prevent a wild pitch. 1-2, 1 away. Third baseman Dymidus is up for McMahon. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he can't catch up to that high fastball. Great pitching there by Oppenheimer for the second out of this frame.
Yeah, that's Oppie's 4th strikeout so far this game. So he got another batter to pitch in this inning.
2 outs and a runner on second. First pitch to Thornley, the first baseman, misses for a ball. He's looking for a base hit here to get the first run of the game for his team. Kukier checked in on Valle at second. Oppie looks at him but won't throw over. The 1-0. Up high again. 2 balls, no strikes here to Thornley. And now that the practices have ended, student section and fans in general have started filling up here. Solid showing, honestly, for a chilly Monday afternoon. The 2-0 from Oppenheimer. And he pours that one in for a strike. 2-1.
A little frustrated there, Thorny, after the strike call.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Real late on that one as the count runs to 2-2. And the 2-2 fouled back as Thornley will see another pitch here. The 2-2 and fouled back. Fighting for his life there is Thornley as he protects, and he'll see another pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second here, and the top of the 4th. Oppenheimer looking to work out of this without the leadoff single coming into play. A lot of base runners, as I've said. Then McMahon gets him to second, and then strands him there every time. Probably 4 or 5 left on base after this inning if Oppenheimer's able to strike out Thornley here. The 2-2. And he'll miss on the off-speed pitch. Count runs full.
It's been a long at-bat here, full count. Been like 3 or 4 fouled off.
Yeah, solid at-bat for Thornley. On the full count, Valle will likely be running. So Oppenheimer turns around and gives him a check. Would be a huge spot for a base hit. And the 3-2. And there's strike 3 as Oppenheimer catches him looking on the inner third. A beautiful job by Andrew Oppenheimer to escape the leadoff single. And the game remains scoreless as the Wreckers have been stranding runners. Oppenheimer has looked really sharp out there on the mound. And 2-0 is the score as we head into the bottom half of the 4th inning here at Staples Field.
Yeah, back-to-back strikeouts. We're in this half-inning stretch. Do have to ask you, just had April break. How was that for you?
April break was lovely. Week out in Portugal with my family. Hadn't seen my brother since he was studying abroad. So he joined us, but I hadn't seen him in like 4 months. So that was nice. And Portugal's an awesome country. What about you?
Yeah, very fun. So unfortunately for me, I was a little sick, but then I got some golf action and new to it. Been a week and a half in so far.
And you loving it?
Very fun.
Very fun.
Addicting.
Very hard, but very addicting.
Yes. I will say you do get much better the more you play, the more repetition. So.
Yeah, you got to play. As Mr. Heider, our radio teacher, always says. That's his analogy for radio. But he always says you got to play a lot of bad golf before you play good golf, and you got to do a lot of bad radio before you do good radio. You're on the bad golf part of it now, but the good radio part. So you'll get to the good golf soon.
Yeah, hopefully, but we'll see.
And Bryson will throw that ball down as we'll get things started here in the bottom of the fourth. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Wreckers. That's Brill, Sade, and Kukier.
You have Brill up. He was the one who, in his first at-bat, he flied out to the right field. Let's see if he can get on to start it off for the Wreckers.
First pitch to Brill. In there for a high strike, 0-1 as Rice starts standing off strong. The 0-1 fouled back by Brill and an early 0-2 hole. Rice needs to put him away here. Really, really needs a clean inning bad to keep his team in this game. And the 0-2 will bounce 1-2. That breaking pitch not able to make it to the plate. And it seems like that's happened 3 or 4 times thus far when he goes to the off speed. That they're unable to get him where he wants him. Fastball's been solid. He's been getting squeezed a little bit, but he's not looked terrible. And the 1-2, Brill rips it fair. A base hit for Connor Brill. He'll take a couple hard steps towards second, but a really nice piece of two-strike hitting for the junior as he rips one right past the outstretched glove of the first baseman Thornley into right field for the leadoff single. And Noah Sade, due up, walked his first time, getting his first start in the field this season at third base. Mark Kelly getting the day off. And before a pitch, he'll look Brill back. A dive in, but he's safe. Sade shows bunt, and a great bunt by Noah Sade down the first base line. They'll get him out, but beautiful, beautiful team baseball there by Sade as he pushes Brill over to second, and that ball was going straight down that first base line. Almost beat it out with his wheels. Really good team hitting and execution there from the third baseman. And now, with one away, they'll have a runner in scoring position. I've been liking the small ball. We're seeing 3 sack bunts to get a runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs thus far.
Also a bunch of fielders' choices as well. So, this ball's been going in play so far. Not a lot of strikeouts.
First pitch to the 9-hitter Kukier, in for a strike, 0-1. One away here, 1 on for the Wreckers. Brill in scoring position takes his lead off a second. Rice gives him a look, but he'll deliver. The 0-1. Bounces. Good block there by Bickerton, but the count runs 1-1. The 1-1. In there for a strike. And Bryson tries to throw the ball back. It bounces, and Brill will dive in safely. But a strike on the pitch there from Rice.
Yeah, it's the toughest part of being a catcher is throwing it all the way down to second. You can easily pick off a runner on the corners, but second it's further away, and you're on your knees. It was good. It bounced, and it got right to the second baseman there, and it didn't go away.
One away here. 1-2 the count for Kukier. Rice delivers. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the breaking pitch. Kooks goes chasing on a low breaking ball from Rice. Beautiful pitch with a count advantage there for Cam Rice, and he sets down the second out of the inning in Ben Kukier. Grabbing another K there is Rice, and the lineup will flip over for the Wreckers. Second baseman Cicero will step in with a runner on second and 2 away, looking for a 2-out hit to push this lead from 2-0 to 3-0. First pitch to Cicero. In there, he drills it, right side, going to the gap is Rich, and he gets it. Nice piece there by Cicero, but Rich in a great spot to make that play, and so far Justin Rich has played a very solid right field for McMahon. Had a leadoff hit in Brittle, got him over to second with a bunt, but like McMahon has done a few times, they were unable to push that run across. As we head to the top of the fifth now, 2-0 remains the score. Wreckers to the lead over their FCIAC rival in the Senators. You've been listening to The Call here on WWPT 90.3 FM or on O'Shea Productions with Weston and Spencer, bringing you this broadcast on this Monday afternoon. No action in the bullpen for either squad yet, but both of their pitchers have been throwing well. High pitch count, likely, for Rice, more so than Oppenheimer, but still solidly high for Oppenheimer as they've both been good at leaving runners on base.
Yeah, so far only 2 singles given up by Oppenheimer, a couple walks and a couple reached on in errors by the Wreckers. Wreckers defense gave up 6 errors against Glastonbury. We saw that one earlier, so we know as the season progresses, their defense, I'm sure, will be more tightened up.
Yeah, scoring 3 runs and making 6 errors is not a recipe for success, and so the fact that they won that game is simply a miracle, but not sustainable for a run, and wouldn't have happened against a more fitting opponent.
Yeah, and as we say that, we just see a warm-up saw one of the throws just got by Brill all the way to the fence. But luckily for them, it's just warm-up, as the inning has yet to start.
Eight, 9-1 due up for the Senators. Second baseman Inzatari will lead things off here. Still no score for the Senators in this game, chasing 2 in the 5th.
Your Staples, you want to get him out here because he did cause some trouble on the base passes when he reached on that single.
First pitch hacking there is Atari, and he'll miss on that low offering from Oppenheimer, 0-1. Oppie comes set, the 0-1. And he'll miss low there with that fastball, 1-1. The 1-1. And fouled back off the school. 1-2 here for Inzatari. Oppenheimer will look to put him away. Gets his sign from Goldshore. And delivers the 1-2. Another foul ball.
Just missed one of those trucks there.
A lot of opportunities thus far for some damage, and none of them have hit. The 1-2 yet again. Oppenheimer delivers. It'll miss low with the off-speed pitch there, 2-2. The 2-2. Fouled back, and Inzatari's fighting. Solid at bat here, able to work 3 foul balls, 2 of them with 2 strikes. The 2-2. And he punches him out on the bottom of the zone. Knee fastball. Great pitch there by Oppenheimer. Racks up yet another K and sends down the leadoff hitter in Inzatari for the first out here.
Yeah, that's 6 strikeouts for him so far. And see, it's getting close to that 10 mark, maybe pitch count. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Justin Rich in now for the Senators. First pitch to him, in there for a strike. High fastball, weird drop behind the plate for Goldshore, but regardless, ruled a strike by the umpire. The 0-1. Late on that one as he fights it off foul towards the first base side. Quickly 0-2, and Oppenheimer has gotten both of these batters where he wants them via the foul ball. We'll see if he'll put them away here for the second out. The 0-2, and this one fouled again off to the right side into the parking lot. And Rich will see another pitch, fighting off yet again. Really good two-strike approach from McMahon all day. I've seen across, up and down their order. With 2 strikes, they're fouling a lot of balls off. Unable to, make anything of it, but really good at extending at bats as he taps this one fair, and Brill picks it up, and he'll just tag him right in front of the bag. So Rich taps that ball on a late swing, pushes it to the right side. Thought it might go foul, but it stayed fair, and Brill makes a nice play there for the second out. As the lineup will flip over here, and their center fielder, Alan Vasquez, will take the box, looking for some 2-out lightning.
Yeah, and so far for Vasquez, his 2 at-bats went to left field, and I'm going to make a prediction here. This third one, it's going to go to right field. How about that?
It's a good prediction. And he rips this one into the right center gap. Over comes Jack Jacob, who's in as a replacement for Vinny Vega, and Jacob with a really nice play as he cuts that ball off in the gap for the third out as we head here to the bottom of the 5th. The Wreckers will take the bats. Oppenheimer, 5 shutout, 5 strong. He'll definitely be coming out for the 6th, and the strong pitching that has been going on all season for the Wreckers continues.
Yeah, you know what about that? 2 to left, 1 to right.
Right, your call was wrong.
Yeah.
Two, 3, 4 due up for the Wreckers. That's Landgraf, Goldshore, Oppenheimer. Cam Rice still on the mound for McMahon. 2-0 is the score here in the bottom of the 5th.
See what Landgraf could do in this inning. That last at-bat, he hit that line drive that was hit very hard to Rich. So far, he's 0 for 2 on the day, looking to get on the base paths.
And the first pitch here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A ball in from Rice to Landgraf. Misses high there for the second ball. 2-0. The 2-0 from Rice. In there for a strike. The 2-1 in there, and a hard ground ball hit towards second. Inzatari recovers it, makes a low throw, but handled there by Thornley. And one up, a one down here in the bottom half of the fifth. Landgraf with a ground at second, and Goldshore will step in, looking to do some damage. A huge double. His last time up, he came around to score the second run of the ball game.
You know, interesting song choice for walk-up song there for Goldshore, but
What was it?
I don't know. It's one of those like TikTok songs.
Oh yeah, one of those TikTok songs.
Oh, that's close.
As the 0-0 pitch by Goldshore's fouled into the parking lot and almost hits a moving car.
That one bounced off another one, so. Oh, that was your car there, Wes. Ooh.
Car's fine, guys. Don't worry. Second offering to Goldshore misses low. 1-1. One ball, one strike, one away here. Three-hitter Goldshore up. And he puts that one high in the air towards center. Incoming Vasquez, and he puts that one away with one hand with ease for the second out here. So 2 up, 2 down quickly on batted outs for the Wreckers. Oppenheimer now up with 2 outs, looking to help himself yet again.
Yeah, and he's been doing that at the plate so far. He has that walk, he has a stolen base, and he also has an RBI single. So you see this one bounces.
The 1-0 offering Oppenheimer in there for a strike. He watches that one all the way in. Counts now even. Rice looking for a clean inning. The 1-1. In there, same spot at the knees, and grabs that second strike. 1-2 with 2 away. Rice needs to get Oppie here and send his bats up. And swing and a miss on that high fastball. So Rice digs deep there, strikes out Oppenheimer to end the inning. And a good 1-2-3 inning from Cam Rice, his first of the ball game as he sends his bats up in the top of the 6th. 2-0 still the score here at Staples Field. Wreckers hold a lead as we get into the bottom 2 frames of this ball game.
Yeah, so far, Rice, he's been holding his own so far in this game. 5 innings, only 2 runs. It's really this McMahon offense that needs to step up if they want to get back into this game. But they're familiar with this. They played 3 close games so far. Unfortunately for them, they all went on the wrong side, but see if they could get it done today.
Great time.
Yeah. He's coming home next week?
2 weeks. Stayed for so long. Let's go. He was in 3 countries in his past. Portugal, Spain. He went to Morocco earlier. Then he went to. He's in Paris right now. He's going to Ibiza next week.
Good to be him. Someday it'll be you.
Getting colder and colder.
2 frames left to play in this close 2-0 FCX matchup. First offering from Oppenheimer in there for a strike. A 1, high pop fly. Cicero moving over to his right side, and he'll put that one away. That was senior Cameron Rice Jr. pinch hitting there kidding. That was That was just Cam Rice.
Yeah, now with Castro.
The pitcher, the kid who's been pitching the whole game.
Yeah.
And is not a pinch hitter, but he pops that one out for the first out.
You all make those mistakes.
It messed me up because he's a brother on the team, Emmett Rice, who's not gotten in the game yet.
Yeah, so far for Castro, 2 pop-outs to second base.
Second offering from Oppenheimer to Castro misses high. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away here in the top of the 6th. (2-0), and he brushes him off the plate there. Count runs to 3-0. 3-hitter here, so not sure he'll have to take. We'll see what he does in this spot. The 3-0 offering, and he'll find the bottom of the zone for a strike. 3-1, taking all the way was Castro. (3-1), fly ball, right side. Jacobs has to come in a few steps, and he camps under that one for the second out. Solid play out there in right. First 2 batters that have come up have been put down here by Oppenheimer in the 6th as his strong day continues. Now up the 4-hitter Valley, who had a single his last time up. First pitch in there, high, misses, ball 1. Second pitch finds the zone, catches Valle looking there for a strike. 1-1. Oppie comes set, the 1-1, delivers. And misses low there, just below the knees for a ball, 2-1.
We'll say both dugouts providing lots of noise as well, cheering on their teammates up at bat.
The 2-1 from Oppenheimer. Swing and ripped into left. A hard base hit for Valle. Coop will go to a knee, grab that one, throw it in, and another single on the day for that 4-hitter Tyler Valle as he gets something started with 2 outs here for the Senators. Bryson Bickerton, who bunted him over to second his first time up, he'll look to do some damage here with 2 away and not strand to get another runner for his team.
Yeah, stranding runners so far been the story for McMahon. They have 0 runs as that one nearly gets them.
Brill holding Valle on at first. Oppenheimer toes the rubber, gets his sign. Gives Valle a look and delivers the 1-0. Down low to Bickerton. Great block there by Goldshore. Keeps the ball from going too far and keeps Valle from advancing into scoring position. Besides Jacob in right, the rest of the Wreckers' defense is the same. As Oppenheimer will have a lazy check back on Valle. Not looking to get him, just looking to walk him back. So he'll dive in safely. 2 balls, no strikes here to Bickerton. Oppie delivers. And Bryson rips one just over the head of Jules into right. And Jacobs will pick it up. But a hard single from Bryson Bickerton. And there's 2 runners on with 2 outs here. Back-to-back 2 outs hit for the Senators. That one rips right over the outstretched glove of Jules. And there will be runners on first and second now for the 6-hitter Diamondus.
All right, so 2 hard-hit singles here in the 6th inning. But luckily, if you're Oppie, you're now in the bottom of the order, which you have done a pretty good job so far in getting them out. Lots of strikeouts here with 6, 7, and 8. So that's due up, and it's 2 outs. So you're in a good position despite the 2 big hits.
First pitch to Diamondus was a ball. And the second one in there, high strike at the letters. Great spot there for the senior captain on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here. 2 on for the Senators, and 2-0 is still the score as the Wreckers hold a lead late here in the ball game. The 1-1. In there for a strike at the knees. And Oppies worked his way back in. 1-2 with 2 outs here, looking to stop any runs from coming across after back-to-back 2-out base hits for the Senators. The 1-2 to Diamondus. Misses. Ball 2. The 2-2 to Diamondus. And he chops that one. Oppie going to the right side. It'll be a tough play, and he's just going to eat it. So a swinging bunt here for Nico Diamondus. Not exactly what he was looking for, but it gets the job done, and now the bases are juiced for the Senators in their best chance yet. 2 away, however, but runners on first, second, and third here after 3 straight singles for McMahon.
Yeah, although that didn't score a run, it keeps the inning alive, and that was probably the best spot the ball could have went for the weak contact.
Yeah, and it leaves, puts a runner on third now, so a pass ball or a wild pitch can score a run. And, there's just always that much added pressure when the bases are juiced. Pinch running now for Bickerton, a speed up the catcher. So he'll walk off. He's still in the game. He's just going to get his gear on as Holden Leggett will be the pinch runner or the speed up for him in the top of the 6th here. Goldshore calls time, and he'll talk things over with Oppie. They come to an agreement, and Jake takes that stroll back. Timothy Thornley, the first baseman, will step in. A big, big spot. Base hit scores 2 and ties the game. The bases are juiced. The 0-0. In there for a strike. Oppie starts strong, pouring in a fastball. 0-1. The 0-1, fouled back. 0-2.
I like this approach. 2 fastballs to start him off. Maybe you see him going off speed, but I'm not opposed to him just throwing another one right down the middle and fast. Just shows authority of getting out of this inning.
Inzatari on deck if it gets to him. 0-2 though. 0-2, and it's ripped into left. One will score, and they'll hold him at third. A 2-strike single for Thornley, and the Senators are on the board. They grabbed their first run of the game here late in the top of the 6th inning with 4 straight 2-out singles. 4 straight 2-out singles. Ridiculous hitting from the Senators, and finally they're able to crack through a lot of base runners all day. We're not able to chase them home, and finally they are. 2-1. Now up Inzatari. The first pitch to him is a strike.
Yeah, that was a big at-bat by Thornley there. He had the first 2 strikeouts in his first 2 bats against Oppie.
And this one's ripped. Inzatari into the right center gap, moving over his Landgraf, and he'll grab it to end the inning. Not before McMahon passes one through to make it a 1-run ball game as we head in to the bottom of the 6th. With the Wreckers' hope are their last ups. But now, with a 1-run game, they're going to want and need some insurance here. The single from Thornley, huge in scoring that 1 run. Disappointing that the runner from second for the Senators. Obviously disappointing that the runner from second was not able to run to come around and score. But good base coaching there, as Cooper would have had him at the plate.
Yeah, and then now the question comes, depending on whether or not the Wreckers score here, do you go to a new pitcher? Oppie throwing a lot of pitches so far. This last inning, it looks like he's starting to get hit a little bit. Maybe you go a different guy, or maybe for the coach here, you choose to leave him in to complete the game.
Both starting pitchers still in. Five, 6, 7 up for the Wreckers. That's Brundage, Vega, and Brill. But it's not going to be Vega because it's going to be Jacob. They pinch hitting the field. He was a defensive replacement first, and now he will get his first at-bat of the ball game. So the junior right fielders trade places with each other. Vega's been getting the bulk of the playtime out there. Jacob has clearly has been the backup and has been able to work himself into games. Had a nice hit the other day, and will look for another one here in his first at bat in this game. But before that, Brundage will step in.
Brundage so far, solid first 2 at-bats. He got the walk and then the base hit. So let's see if this game, hitting-wise, starts to get him going for the season.
This could be the game that breaks him out, as Rice has the first offering into Cooper, and that will go high for a ball, 1-0. Not close there. 2-1 is the score here at Staples Field on this chilly Monday afternoon here in the bottom of the 6th. Senators against the Wreckers as Rice pours in a 1-0 strike, bringing the count to 1-1 on Brundage. Rice gets a sign from Bickerton. And delivers. Misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Cooper's got wheels. Getting on base would be huge. The 2-1. Misses high. 3 balls, 1 strike, and Cooper is in a great count here. He's been striking out a lot in the early parts of the season, so not a lot of batted balls. That's not happening. He's looked very patient at the plate, knows his strike zone. So while I haven't watched every at-bat of his this season, the strikeout numbers are there, and today he looks much calmer and more confident in the box. However, he takes that 3-1 in there for a strike. So the count will run full here. Bryce desperately wants to keep Brundage off the base pass here. The payoff pitch. And he'll miss low. Brundage sees that ball low on the breaking pitch, and he will take his base. Great at-bat from the left fielder. And Coop will be on base to lead things off here for the Wreckers. Jacob will come out for his first at-bat, but before he'll have a meeting here with McFarland. Likely that there will be at least a bunt shown. Somewhat obvious that is what the meeting's about, as the third baseman, Diamondis, will now come up to the grass. Clearly you read that. Cooper getting held on by Thornley at first. Jacob in the box for his first at-bat of the game.
He's the blue bat.
And he shows bunt. And he pulls back. Cooper's running. Bryson with the throw. And he didn't get him. Cooper's in there safely. A close play as Bryson makes a nice throw, but Cooper with the head first slide, and he steals second. So like I said, dangerous runner. They got him on base with that leadoff walk, and he made them pay, putting himself straight into scoring position. Now the first baseman, Thornley, will come in very close, almost at pitcher depth. And he's charging. Bunt shown, and Jack's unable to get the bunt down as he just taps that one foul. So 0-2 quickly to Jacob. Not going to be bunting here, obviously. We'll look to put the ball in play and move Cooper over to third or bring him around to score. The 0-2. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Jacob way behind that one, and he goes down for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Brundage on second, and Brill out at first. He's had a great single in his last at-bat, looking to replicate it here and bring Brundage around to score.
Yeah, and then Brill also had, so far, a good game on the field. Maybe there were some calls that was missed by the umpire, but he had that good sack bunt.
First pitch into Brill's bounce, but a great block there by Bryson Bickerton. Keeps Cooper where he's at second. Rice, a really nice job going to that high, hard fastball to get that strikeout on the 0-2 pitch to Jacob. And he's under this one. Brill pops it, shallow center. In comes Vasquez, and he'll grab it for the second out. So Coop at second, but the next 2 batters unable to do anything with him. And the Wreckers will have 1 on, but 2 away here as Noah Sade comes up.
He had that sack bunt his last at-bat. Let's see what he can do here with 2 outs.
All right, a walk and a sack bunt. This is a huge opportunity, a huge spot for your first hit of the season if you're Noah Sade, really looking to add that insurance here. First pitch to Sade, and he's under that one. High pop fly. Rice, the pitcher, catches it, and in an abnormal play, the pitcher towards first base will grab the pop-up. That is a big no-no.
He was screaming for that, too.
Big no-no in Major League Baseball. The Mets did a thing in the past. I'm not sure if they're doing it this season, where the rest of the starting rotation offers each other $100 for every pop-up they catch, because it's just not a thing in the major leagues. You have the worst vantage point. You just threw a pitch. You're on a hill, and you have 4 infielders, 2 corner infielders who are much closer to you, and that should be their play 10 out of 10 times. But this one, Rice wanted it. He drifted back, called loudly, and made the grab to end the inning there. So the Wreckers unable to do anything and respond to the run that was put up in the previous inning by McMahon. 2-1 is the score here as Oppie charges out for the 7th, hoping to go for a complete game, 1-run victory for the Wreckers. 3 outs away from it. Let's see what McMahon can do. (9-1-2) here in the final frame of this regular season ball game. Justin Rich, who's had a great day out in the field, had a sack bunt earlier, and will now look to get things started for his team, chasing 1 in the final frame. Wrecker defense remains the same. Oppenheimer gets his sign and delivers. First pitch to Rich. In there, first strike. Oppenheimer still looks very sharp here as we get into the latter half of this ball game. The 0-1. And reach tap. Great play by Oppenheimer. And he'll throw him out with ease. Way to field your position. Andrew Oppenheimer lays out for that one. Grabs the ball spiked onto the mound and is able to throw out Rich for the first out here. He fell over to make that play, but really good job fielding your position. Wasn't it so hard that it would have gone up the middle into the outfield, and Kooks probably would have had a nice chance on it, but a great play regardless from Oppenheimer. Now first pitch to Vasquez, a high strike. McMahon fans don't like it. 2-1 is the score. Wreckers have the lead. 1 out, 0-1 here to Vasquez. And he's under that one. High fly ball. Cooper barely has to move, and he'll squeeze that one. The Wreckers are 1 out away. Ben Kukier went all the way out into left field to greet him from shortstop to get that ball. Cooper squeezes that one. Has had a real nice game since that first play of the game. And now, with 2 away, Coach McFarland will have his first mound visit of the game with Cam Rice due up.
Yeah, and how about for that one for Vasquez? 3 of his balls went to Brundage so far in this game, and the other one, it went to Jacobs.
Seems like a strange time for a mound visit for a pitcher who's been cruising all day with no one on base and 2 away.
Yeah.
Regardless, they break it up as McFarland heads back to the dugout. Infielders back to their spots. And the Wreckers are 1 out away from a 3rd straight victory. 3-1 is their record. 1 out away from 4-1. They are 1-1 in the FCAC this year after beating Richfield, losing to Greenwich. So this would push them to 2-1 in the FCAC. First pitch to the Cam Rice. And he sees it in there, first strike. Low, he doesn't like it. Oh, 1. In there, first strike, and quickly in a bad spot for Cam Rice as he took 2 strikes. Second one really straight down the middle there. And now with 2 strikes and 2 outs, Oppie looking to end this thing. And he'll miss with an off-speed pitch. Good stop there by Goldshore, 1-2. Looking to end it yet again. The 1-2 from Oppenheimer. And a pop fly to the right side and out of play. No play available for the Wreckers. That one drifts foul. Rice stays alive. We'll see another pitch.
This is a big at-bat here. Pitcher on pitcher. 2-1 lead. Oppie trying to get this complete game.
And the 1-2. He just taps that one foul. Way to protect from Rice there, and he'll see another 1-2 offering. You know, with 1 and 2, you have a lot that you can go to if you're Oppenheimer. Really, whatever you want, whatever you're feeling, and he'll deliver it here. Ground ball. Cicero sits on it. A high jump and a great play. He makes a throw. Brill grabs it, and that's the ball game. Wreckers win 2-1 here at home. Their second home game, their third straight win, and the Wreckers are 4-1 on the season, 2-1 in the FCAC. That ball took a really, really strange high hop at the end. Cicero handled it beautifully and was able to throw out the runner. And Cam Rice. Tough game for Cam Rice. He pitched well and was not able to get any support from his offense. Only 3 runs scored in total this whole game, so the Wreckers' bats continue to be somewhat of a problem as they're only able to push across 2 runs against a 1-5 team. But McMahon looked better than 1-5 today, I'd say. They looked like a solid team. Rice is definitely a solid pitcher, and they got some good bats. So a solid baseball game here. 7 complete innings for Andrew Oppenheimer. Wonderful job on the mound, and drove in what ended up being the game-winning run. The Wreckers take that jog out to left. McMahon, that slower jog out to right.
Good game.
Thank you all for tuning in here on WWPT and 90.3 FM on this Monday afternoon. I've been Weston with Spencer. Thank you for tuning in, whether you've been on the stream or on the station. Wreckers with a nice win here